Stridente meets Nava. Early influences.
My family is really musical, so we were always playing music in the house. My dad is playing guitar, my mom's a jazz singer, so we were kind of running around and dancing and singing and stuff. Some of the earliest stuff I remember listening to was Alicia Keys' very first album that my parents wanted me to play piano. I listened a lot to Amy Winehouse and Tash Sultana. I did lots of school performances when I was like 11, 12 with my own songs and piano and singing and stuff. And there was some local freestyle rappers that I went to see a couple times, and they would kind of ask the crowd for a word and then they would just freestyle about that topic or that word. I was blown away. I was like, whoa. Short after, when I moved to London, I started listening a lot to rap.
Music projects.
Joe Nava was first a band. We were 4 people and we just needed a name. And I was like, I like Joe something. What about Nava? It actually means like beautiful from the inside and out, or something emerging from the inside and out, which I thought was really beautiful. And then it became a duo. So me and the guitarist started doing songs, just the 2 of us. And then it became a solo project. I think it was inevitable that I was gonna go solo at some point. It was just funny that it was like 4 people, 2 people, and then it was me, and I kept the name. I did a few gigs when I had some session musicians, but when I started going solo, I never liked just having a backing track, because in the end of the day, that's already something that's pre-recorded, so it's not really live. I really had this idea of it would be so cool to loop, because then I could build the track and focus on rapping and focus on singing. So I did a bunch of open mics. I did 2 months of like open mics because I had to try out my new machine or my new sample pad. Once I finished that, I buzzed for like 3, 4, 5 months. I wanted to build the hype around it, and people would ask like, when are you playing? So when I then finally did this big gig, in the end, everyone came to that gig. So that's why I think it sold out, and that's why it was really special, because it was just that one big one. And then I did a gig in O2. I headlined the O2 in Islington 3 months later. All the songs I've written that I'm really like happy with, that's really my sound, has been doing live looping actually. So just building the song live, like making it a live song before production, and then afterwards transferring those loops into a project and producing it, then of course making it bigger and more layers and stuff. Normally write the beat first, and the minute I feel the beat, it makes me feel something. I'm like, okay, let's put some words on this. That's kind of how it happens. The few times I did try and write songs just without loops, but just by building stuff, and didn't resonate with me. It was interesting. I was like, this is pretty good, but it doesn't feel organic. It doesn't feel natural. So I think that's something that opened my eyes to a completely different world of songwriting. And I think that's something I'll probably carry on doing.
Record label.
I've started my own label, which is called Beyond Mind, which is basically just to release my own music at the moment, but you know, maybe at some point to sign other artists. I'm not sure. Marvin Gaye was interviewed once. The interviewer asked him, like, how did you write such a masterpiece? And he said, I just did my best to get out of the way and let it happen. That was really beautiful for me, because I recently started reading a book of Carlos Santana. He quoted that Marvin Gaye said that, and also how he feels about the moment and your sound and everything. And I found that just very empowering for me, because I've always talked about that, and I was like, oh, but I'm the only one who thinks that. And then reading from like the legends that they were like doing that in the same way. So that is why it's called Beyond the Mind. And I think if I should sign anyone, I think it's just important that they are feeling that way as well. And that's just how I relate to other creators, I think.
Future.
An EP at the moment, which been in the making for nearly 2 years now. One of the singles, it's called Universe. And then there's coming 3 more songs. The stuff I released before, an EP called Mindfuck. It was just way more hopeless, and because I was in that state at that point. That's mainly why it's different, because you will sense that it's just a very empowering and hopefully uplifting feeling.
Social media.
I'm on Facebook, just Joe Nava, and on Instagram, Joe Nava Official, and on YouTube, also Joe Nava, and SoundCloud, Joe Nava as well. That's what I'm on.
So what, once or twice I felt low. No, it's only my mind, but I rode on the last flow. Shows gotta go, so smile and take control. You telling me stop, telling me now. You telling me stop, no, it ain't your place now. Deleted the date back when I was taught wrong. I go ahead, ignore the ones and singing another. It's safe to say I made the day I found space with you. And I'm awake, reminded to thank the one on my way. I made the day, I'm proud to say I found space when I'm awake. Well, just one thing in my way.